Welcome on Once Upon a Time. This is episode 13 of season 2, and I'm really excited to carry on with the show. It's been a little while. Uni got in the way. My dissertation's due in like 3 weeks, and obviously that needs to take priority, so I haven't been able to record as much. But yeah, I'm getting back into the season. Last episode was really interesting as well. We had lots of flashbacks with Dr. Frankenstein. Saw a bit more of the repercussions of his actions, bringing his brother back, etc., etc. And yeah, it seems Mr. Gold has kind of roped Emmett into a mission to find his son. And yeah, I feel like a lot's going to be going down, so I'm really, really excited to see what's going to happen next. Because I'm really liking where they're going with this season. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it.
I'm not leaving Henry here with Cora lurking about, so either we both go or we both stay.
Get on!
Then we'll have to purchase another plane ticket, won't we?
Yes!
Flying?
Don't worry, I'm covering expenses, and we're going to find my son.
If his son's dead, I swear, if he finds a grave, I'm done.
They left town about an hour ago with Henry.
And no one told me.
We didn't know where you were. And to be honest, Regina, I don't think Emma has to run anything by you.
Oh shit.
No, I suppose she doesn't.
I feel like she should though, but I get that they didn't know where she was. Oh. It's the giant. But he's small.
They're late, Tiny. Missed you out in the fields, Tiny. It's Anton.
His name's Tiny.
Just so damn tiny, Tiny. All right, enough squabbling.
But why do we keep growing them if nobody ever uses them?
It's what we do.
Put it down.
Oh.
Not much fun, is it? Abraham,
Fuck you.
That is enough.
Yeah, Abraham. Nope. I would shit myself.
You!
Oh, oh.
Hey, over here, you pig! You'll pay for your evil. I promise! You'll pay!
Oh. What did you do?
We've had to keep her heavily sedated. Okay, let's get you back to bed.
Oh man. That must be like awful for her though. And then there's this weirdo.
It's not about me. He just thinks it is.
Ah, is it about your twin?
I have no way to repay you for your kindness.
No need.
I don't think they're being kind, mate.
That's all the payment that we desire.
Well, then at least tell me your name.
Jacqueline. But most people call me
Jack.
Jack.
There we go, the giant slayer. Oh dear.
Gotta put your shoes in.
How terribly uncivilized.
I knew he was going to hate every minute of this.
Scarf and cane go in the basket? What? If I let this go, I could forget who I am.
I'm not gonna let that happen.
That would be a lot, to be fair. I think that shows a level of trust in Emma, though. Oh.
Guys, there's a Cinnabons here.
God. It's weird seeing him so vulnerable. It always makes me nervous.
Did you get her things off it?
I've been tied up in bed. Not in the good way.
She needs her things.
Well, I bet she does.
Is that Cora disguised as Regina or... Oh. You're not going to get your revenge if you get hit by a car, mate.
Will the other kingdom only accept gold coins?
Well, it depends. A magic bean, for instance, would be worth 1,000 coins, but you don't have any of those back home.
Oh no.
No.
Oh. They're
But you have
manipulating him.
Enough to pay off your debts, I bet.
Oh dear, he's kind of wholesome. So I know Regina used to be kind of evil and stuff, and she still is kind of a bit evil. But this seems really evil, so I feel like this is Cora just using Regina's face again. You might just need a nervous poop, and it'll feel better. Oh! Last damage to public property, my friend.
We're boarding soon.
Look at my son checking on him. He's not in a good state, is he?
You told the humans you were coming here, didn't you? You showed them the beanstalk.
Oopsie. It was at that moment Anton knew he fucked up. Oh! My goodness.
You know our daughter, Emma. You gave her the magic compass.
Emma, let me talk to her. She says you're okay, then I'll stop.
Oh dear.
She's kind of out of town.
Really?
But when
That's
she
good
gets back, I
timing.
know she'll really want to talk to you.
Then a fight is what you shall have.
Must be cool for the actor to get to play someone different in the flashbacks.
No, actually, it's not.
Oh,
No, that's the nickname I gave her.
oh my. Oh. Oh. Oh shit. It's unfortunate.
Abraham and Andre have fallen.
Well, Abraham was a dick, so.
This is all because of me. It is your birthright to protect the beans. Right now, that means destroying
I
them.
feel bad that I can't take it seriously when they're just talking about beans so casually. It's just gonna change his mind because they've all tried to help him. He'll be like, well, maybe not all humans are so bad.
Most people would let that giant die after what he's done.
He just said like, stop making out! I'm gonna fall!
Take my hand.
Together we will celebrate!
No? You saved my life.
That's what we do.
Thank you.
Now throw him back down!
We're not all the same, Anton.
Oh. Come on, you could just crush her, surely. Oh. I mean, I've got to give him props for being quite ambitious with like having to do the green screen and stuff and everything.
Please.
I'm sorry, Jack.
He's gone.
I have a kingdom to run. You never think about going back?
Of course we do. It's just not possible.
I have no way to get there. How's the farmland here? Pretty good. Why? The stem is from a beanstalk. If I plant it, I should be able to grow some magic beans.
Oh.
And then you just might have a way.
Oh shit, but I don't think she wants to go. Awkward.
Cora, this is why she brought me. She wanted me to grow beans. So whatever she plans to do with them can't be good.
Then we won't let her get to them.
No one
Ah, okay.
touches our crop.
Tiny.
That's fate, they've made a giant like
Comment.
one of the dwarves.
Axe never lies.
Wait a second, I did my time in the mines. How come I didn't get one of those?
Because you ain't a dwarf. Welcome aboard, brother.
Oh.
Because I saw it too.
Oh boy. This isn't good.
Home is where our family is. And that's here.
You're the one who wants to get your own place away from your family.
And I am not going to be separated from her again.
You're worried about her.
Aren't you?
Of course, but
There's no way she's going to leave Storybook.
Emma can take care of herself. And
The only thing that could make this day better is more frosting.
Are those cinnamon rolls? Because he is one. That's cannibalism. Oh man, he's nervous as shit.
It's gonna be alright. We're gonna find your son.
Welcome, folks, to Regina Airlines Regional Flight 53 with non-stop service.
Maybe that's what he's afraid of now.
Our flight time tonight is 42 minutes. Please
Oh man, he's great at acting with his eyes. Oh. I think that was actually a pretty good episode. I really enjoyed it. I think I wasn't as emotionally invested in like the whole flashbacks with like Tiny and the Giants and everything. But I appreciate the gusto they had and the dedication they had to that plot with like having to do like green screen and all those kind of effects. And I think for the most part it looked pretty good. Some looked a bit dodgy, but it is what it is in terms of what a TV budget can do. So considering it is like an episode of a TV show, I think the effects of like the giants running around and stuff actually looked pretty good. But yeah, it just wasn't particularly like a story that I was particularly invested in, because I kind of just guessed where it was going right from the off. But I did appreciate having James be in the flashbacks, and we had flashbacks with him as opposed to more like with Prince Charming, which I think was kind of an interesting thing to do. So I really liked that they kind of expanded on that character a lot more, and we kind of saw even more of what an arsehole he was. But yeah, it's just not, for some reason, it just didn't particularly grab me, this story. It's just, when you casually talk about beans, I just want to laugh, because, they're just talking about beans at the end of the day. But yeah, that is what it is. It was harmless, so I didn't mind it. I didn't dislike it. It just wasn't as an interesting story to me personally as other flashback storylines we've gotten. But that's fine. Then, well, I like that we kind of did revisit Tiny, the giant, because we saw him earlier in the season. So it was kind of cool, fleshing out that backstory and having him kind of integrate into Storybook. I think was a really nice story. I definitely liked what they did with him in like the present day stuff more so than the flashback storylines. So yeah, that was an interesting addition, and it's cool how they kind of switched up the Jack and the Beanstalk kind of story and had Jack be a woman. So that was really cool. I liked that. Those kind of elements of the story I did find interesting. Just as a whole, I was like, yeah, it's okay. And I also like how it felt very organically that this story happened now, and now we have this dilemma of like him planting the beans, and it seems to be that's what Cora wanted him to do, and that's why she brought him along. So that gets me excited to see what Cora's ultimate plan is here. But it also brings about the question, can all these people go back to the land with magic with these beans? And that seems to be something that Mary Margaret is, doesn't really want, whereas David does. So I think that's going to cause a lot of tension in the future. So that's exciting to see where they go with that whole storyline. So I think that was very well written in terms of how organically that whole situation comes about. Looking forward to seeing more of what Cora's plot could be. And then I also liked the brief interactions with Hook and David and Mary Margaret near the start of the episode. I think that was quite a funny sequence. I think Hook is going to be one of those characters that no matter who you pair him with in a scene, it can be interesting. In a similar vein to Herschel from The Walking Dead, I felt like you could put him with anyone in the scene and it would be interesting just because of the character. I feel like Hook is very much that kind of character. So I'm looking forward to seeing what combinations they kind of put him with in terms of characters in the future. So yeah, I liked what they were doing with that. And the whole road trip kind of thing with Emma and Henry and Mr. Gold, I think was probably my favourite storyline in the episode, actually. I liked seeing Gold that vulnerable, because we haven't really had that to that extent before. I think nerves are getting to him. Maybe slightly weakened because he can't really use magic right now. He's kind of, for the first time in God knows how long, he's not in a place of comfort. He's not in his comfort zone, and he's not in a place where he has power. And that's going to be terrifying to him. And I really liked Robert Carlyle's performance as he expressed that, and him getting frustrated and punching the wall in the the bathroom and everything. So I love that. Henry was wholesome as fuck. My child, love him. Love that he got to come along on this trip. That was really cool. And I really like that Emma was trying to support Gold through all of it. And I'm very excited to see if they're going to find his son. But yeah, if they just find the grave, I'll be so angry. That would be really, really sad. I hope that's not what they're going for. I feel like they're setting something up to be like really tragic and sad, especially because they, made Mr. Gold quite vulnerable. So you kind of almost feel sorry for him, and you kind of want to protect him and stuff. So if they do something horrible to him, then I don't know. So I'm kind of nervous but excited to find out where they go with that story. So yeah, I liked all that. I think that's probably my favourite aspect of the episode, seeing a new side to Mr. Gold. Seeing him kind of be a bit weaker than we normally are seeing him, and him interacting with Henry and Emma was great. And when he was like tearing apart like the system at the airport, I thought was quite funny. So that was cool. And then what else? Oh, everything with Belle is interesting as well. I liked the scene she had with Ruby, because they kind of revisit that really nice friendship that those two have developed this season so far. Hopefully Belle will get her memories back somehow. But I like where they're going with that, and the kind of angst that comes with that, and then with this Craig guy coming into it as well, and making Belle aware that he saw this strange stuff too, and that's going to cause a lot of problems, I feel like, in the grand scheme of things. And I think it's things like that that make this feel like a very different sort of episode. Maybe that's why I was like, yeah, with some of the stories. Because we had scenes kind of set outside of Storybook, but still in like the present timeline, like the airport and everything. So it felt very removed from what we're used to with the show. So I kind of like that they broke the mould with that. And there seems to be more of like an outside influence coming through with like Craig's story, wherever the hell that's going. I'm very intrigued by that. But yeah, they're kind of, I don't know, messing with the idea of more things from the outside world coming into Storybook, or Storybook being exposed to the world. I don't know. So that's very interesting to see where they might go with that. So I like that a lot. I just wrote down beans, but I can't remember why I wrote down beans. I think it's just because it made me laugh. And then Regina, this is... Right. I don't want you to... I'm speculating here, but don't tell me if I'm right or wrong. Because obviously it might just be a spoiler and it's going to be a big reveal. But I felt like maybe I just missed like an obvious reveal or something. We've seen Cora pretend to be Regina before, so was that Regina? Was that Cora for the most part of the episode, like influencing Tiny and everything? So I felt like the scene at the start of the episode where she went to see Mary Margaret and David, that felt like Regina, as I know her. Then after that, she seemed a bit too evil to be the Regina we've known this kind of mainly this season. So I don't know if that's just Cora impersonating her, or if that's Cora's influence on her, and they've kind of made amends and she's got this whole plot going. I don't know, but that just felt weird to me. Because if that's not Cora playing the role of Regina again, like she has done before, I don't really buy Regina kind of going back in that character development so quickly. So let's wait and see. I think that was probably Cora, but if not, I think that's a bit of a stretch in terms of the writing. Is that everything? I think so. But yeah, overall, pretty good episode. I did really, really enjoy it. Wasn't invested in some storylines as I have been in other flashbacks throughout the show, but it was still harmless, and I really liked everything we got with Mr. Gold and Emma and Henry and everything, and there were some really interesting kind of twists in like the Jack and the Beanstalk sort of tale, and there's a lot of kind of good seeds being planted, or beans being planted, if you will, for future plot lines that get me quite excited. But yeah, overall, really great episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they go from here as we head into the final 9 episodes of the season. So yeah, very, very excited to see what's going to happen next. And until next time, thanks for watching.